And now, it's Boomer Life, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on AlzheimerSocietyBC.
And welcome to Boomer Life on AlzheimerSocietyBC. I'm Joanne Sutton, and for the next hour, our conversation is going to be all about the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia, the people behind the scenes, the programs and services offered, the truth about a diagnosis, and today specifically, the future of dementia care in this province. So first off, I would like to welcome back our main guest of the program. This is Maria Howard, the CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So Maria, thanks for being here again.
Hi, Joanne. Thanks. Good to be here again as well.
Last episode, Maria, we talked all about the Minds in Motion program with the Alzheimer's Society, and we heard the perspective of a caregiver on the subject. Today, we're hoping to focus a little bit more on the future of dementia care and what kind of changes could be made to improve quality of life for people that are diagnosed with dementia. But before we begin, as always, I would like to remind our audience and those of you listening at home to this program or in your car that there is a lot of information to be had about the Alzheimer's Society of BC, and you can get that online by visiting the website, which is www.alzheimerbc.org. So Maria, this week you and I are going to be talking with our guests about the future of dementia care. So what does that concept mean to you?
The idea of dementia care, the future of dementia care, is really important. The tagline that we always talk about in our Alzheimer's Society is help for today, hope for tomorrow. And that's really looking at how we help families who are impacted by dementia in the province today and how we can help them to have the best quality of life and manage along this really difficult journey. It's also the hope for tomorrow, which is supporting research to find a cause and a cure. But we know that future, sparkling light or spotlight on research is a very long light. And so we know that as we look into the future to hoping that research will make some big changes, we know that we also have to continue to think about what is the future of dementia care. If we look 20 years into the future, we know that probably in BC there's going to be well over 175,000 people who are going to have some form of dementia.
Wow, it's staggering.
It's a staggering number. It has such an amazing impact on communities, on finances, on people in employment.
The economy.
Really, absolutely. It bleeds everywhere through so many different aspects. And so we need to keep thinking about what can we do as a province, as a community, as a society to continue to help people so that as people are diagnosed with dementia, their quality of life becomes paramount, it remains paramount, and we continue to think how can we increase the quality of care for people with dementia? What does that look like in the future?
So where do you start? There's something I read about a dementia village initiative. What is that?
You know what? There are many great ideas and innovations of where to start. And one of the most wonderful ones that we have been really focusing on that really has been around for over 20 years is the Dementia Village in Amsterdam. And it's a wonderful idea of a village that has been set up to support people to live there who have dementia. And the village is like an independent little village. It has grocery stores and libraries and pubs and restaurants, and it has well over 240 staff who have been trained specially to work with people who have dementia, but also go there and work. And so people can live there in the village just like they would normally live in their community, and they can shop and they can wander around and they can go for a drink or they can go for a movie. And it really focuses on the quality of life while still ensuring safety and the right support that people need as they move through the journey, so that as people progress in the disease, they don't have to go to other places to live or go through all the transitions that can be so hard for families. They can remain in the same place and have the greatest quality of life for them and their families.
So this is an absolutely fascinating concept. Is this the only dementia care village in the world? Is this one that you look up to for as leading by example?
Yeah, I think there are certainly other places internationally that have the same concept of holistic dementia care, where really the idea behind the care home is really a place, a home, a resident that people can come and live fully integrated. I think the Dementia Village has such a wonderful place to start and view, because it's been going on for so long, and there's so many examples of people who live there in such a high quality of life. Eloy Van Hall is the director of the Dementia Village, and he is going to be coming to Vancouver on November 23rd, and I will be meeting with him, and we're going to have a fun fireside chat for people to come and listen and learn more about the Dementia Village, and understand how we can take those ideas and bring them to our own communities, and really think about how can this make a difference for the future of dementia care.
Oh, how excellent is this? Yeah, November 24th, I believe, is the scheduled visit.
Yeah, you're right.
You should be, how excited are you to have a one-on-one?
I think it's a wonderful opportunity. He is such a marvelous person, and he has to be, in order to have, really spearheaded this idea for so many years. It is really great, because when you look at the Dementia Village and you spend time understanding about it, it's told through the eyes of the people who live there. And really that is stories of people who have had great legacies in their own communities, amazing careers, who continue to come and have social interaction and make a difference in another community, and continue to be feeling like they're contributing and making a difference. And that's what we all need. And so
Sure.
it's wonderful.
That's, it's embracing the fact that just because you've received a diagnosis doesn't mean your life is over. You still continue to contribute to that community. So this is a great topic, and I'm really excited about getting some more details on that. But also on today's show, we're going to be having a discussion with poet Jane Monroe. Jane Monroe is the author of the Griffin Poetry winning book called Blue Sonoma. And I understand Jane is going to have some stories to share from both perspectives as a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's disease, and also sharing some of her writings and poems. And you've met Jane before, haven't you?
Yes, Jane is a great person. It's wonderful to read her book and understand many things that she has been able to put into words to help people express their feelings or thoughts. It's a beautiful book.
Excellent. Look forward to that as well. Now, David Herford is going to be joining us in the studio today as well. He's the acting executive director of Safe Care British Columbia, and I hope he's going to be talking to us in more detail later about the aims of Safe Care BC, a little bit more about what the program is and his perspective on the future of dementia care. So what is actually Safe Care BC, and what is their relationship with the Alzheimer's Society?
The Alzheimer's Society has had a long-standing relationship with Safe Care BC, and Safe Care is focused on ensuring that the support and education of healthcare workers in British Columbia are at the level they need to be to continue to help families. And so through a partnership between the Alzheimer's Society and Safe Care BC, we on a regular basis go out throughout the province and train healthcare workers really on the best way to support people with dementia. And it's important conversation, because what we have learned is that many seasoned, experienced healthcare professionals still have lots of questions about the best way to support families and people with dementia, and ensure that, again, their interactions and their relationships are of the best quality, or a person-centered quality. So it's a wonderful partnership with Safe Care, and we work really closely together to raise the education standard of healthcare professionals.
I look forward to learning a little bit more about the program as well, because personally I'd never heard of it before. Also, in our last segment of the show today, we're going to be discussing another way that you can get involved with the Alzheimer's Society of BC, and we always add a little fun, and this is our fundraising segment. We're going to be speaking with Dan Levitt about his perspective on the future of dementia care, because I know he has a lot to contribute, and also he's going to share with us how listeners can get involved with the investor group Walk for Alzheimer's. Now, the Walk for Alzheimer's is Canada's biggest fundraiser for the Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. It's a fun event. It's a family-friendly way to create some new memories while sending a message of hope to the over 70,000 British Columbians currently living with dementia. So, Maria, is there any overlap between an event like the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's and dementia-friendly communities? What's the association there?
The association is that everybody lives in a community, and it's the idea that we all are participating members of the community, and we all individually make a difference to make that community a much more safe and accessible place for people living with dementia. The Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's is a way that we can build awareness and also raise funds in individual communities around BC. I think this year we have almost over 20 communities who will be hosting walks, and it's a special time because we We also have an honoree family for each community. It's a family who has been touched by dementia and really have stepped up to share their story with others and really express the importance of reaching out and getting help and really starting a conversation. So it's a great time. Dan, he's a board director for the Alzheimer's Society, and he is a real true advocate for helping increase awareness about Alzheimer's.
Is he spearheading the Alzheimer Walk this year, or is he like one of the troubadours you have every year?
Well, certainly our board, the directors on our board are great advocates. They attend walks, they get out, they really help raise the Society's view and awareness in the communities. Dan also hiked the Mount Kilimanjaro that we've talked about on the show sometimes.
The Ascent for Alzheimer's, yes.
So he really is a committed individual, and we're really appreciative of his support.
So let me remind our listeners once again that if you want more information on any of these topics, or if you want more information about joining the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's this year, you can get that on the website, www.alzheimerbc.org. I totally look forward to hearing more about the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's and meeting our many guests on today's show. It's all coming up next on Boomer's Life on CL 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.